In 2008, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reported that 2.3 million car crashes were reported. They were intersection-related accidents. Of those 2.3 million, 7,770 of those were fatal, and then 733,000 of those were injury-related. So how do you think that can be prevented?
Traffic lights? Stop signs?
Close. Traffic enforcement cameras are one positive step towards a solution to this life-claiming issue. Since 1905, the first traffic camera was invented. They have been implementing them in bigger cities, and they're starting to come to our smaller towns now because they're more affordable. Let's see here. They encourage drivers to be more responsible. They are more cost-effective, and also can be used to report and monitor traffic flow. Responsible drivers, let's see, perhaps you've seen those like maybe on your way here today, or maybe the signs that say traffic cameras are being enforced. Let's see here. And when you're being warned that you're being watched, you drive better, you try to pay attention. And who wants to pay for a ticket or risk hurting you, yourself, or your car, or even worse, your family? People oftentimes find these cameras to be a nuisance and useless. I kind of disagree with that. There have been 28 studies conducted, which they've been collectively put together, and they are known as the 2010 Cochrane Review, and their results are obviously evident. On camera sites, the reductions range from 8% to 49%. All crashes, injury-related crashes were decreased anywhere from 8 to 50%. And then death crashes, or crashes that resulted in death, were reduced from 17% to 58%. These are the results of putting cameras in plain view and even just posting signs so people see them. The cost effectiveness of this is that you don't have your Officer Joe sitting on every traffic light and pursuing disobedient drivers. Let's see here. Cops are also not sitting at those intersections, so they're out patrolling other areas of neighborhoods that need to be patrolled. And then I'll share my personal experience with a traffic light, and I actually ran a stoplight once and get a $200 fine for that. Didn't think anything of it until 3 weeks later when it happened. Now, after that had happened, I was like, that's ridiculous. It's not worth it. It's silly. But when I sat down and thought about it, my result of that is my driving has improved. I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing, where I'm going. I don't text and drive anymore like I used to. I'm just more cautious all around. Now, traffic cameras are pretty neat for another reason. They can be used to record traffic patterns. And traffic patterns, you might say, well, what's the point of that? Well, when your roads in town and in our communities being repaired, those are used for that reason. In order to make those repairs, they have to control flow and figure out what kind of detours they can use to better that. Let's say bigger cities like Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, and those areas, more efficient. And then let's say you watch the news each day. Those cameras that you see that they, Channel 7 uses, those are those sorts of cameras that are being implemented as well. Helps make your commute to work easier. So that's always even better. And then in closing, they do cost money. They do cost money, but they are not as much as what it costs to pay, an officer to sit at an intersection. Let's see here. And they are used to monitor traffic patterns, obviously, and flow. More cost-effective than hiring more officers. Makes drivers more responsible. And those officers, again, can be sitting in communities that need higher crime areas that they can begin to be in. And then, let's see here. Because who wants to pay those tickets and risk hurting yourself, your family, or damaging your car even? So the next time you're cruising along a highway or travel through an intersection, you see one of those signs, or even one of the actual cameras, think about the lives that it actually saves instead of it being a nuisance or a waste of money. And then my question to you is, will you be the next responsible driver or the next ticket?